Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll be solving this challenge called set.discard.remove.pop. So we'll be using all these functions. Let's go through them. So first I'll read the statements. Let me go up and look at the statement. So first they have explained all the functions discard, remove and pop, what is the difference between them, and with some examples they have shown it. Then after that we have to do the task. So here dot remove x is first. This operation removes element x from the set. Okay, whatever x input you will give to remove, it will remove that element from the a particular set wherever you will apply. Okay, if element x does not exist, it raises a key error. Okay, the dot remove x operation returns none, nothing. If you'll write some set dot remove x and press enter, there won't be any output. That's what it is saying. It returns none. And if x element is not in the set, it will raise key error. Okay, so this is about remove x. So you can see some of the examples here. This is a set 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. S is a set. S dot remove 5. So 5 is there in the set, so it will remove 5. You can see here, since it does not return anything, you have to print it separately. Okay, whenever once you press enter after this, you won't have any output. So to see output, you have to print S, and you can see that 5 is missing now. Okay, similarly if you'll remove remove 4 from S and print it, you'll get none. Okay, because you are looking at the operations output. Operations output is none only. To look at the output, you just have to print S. Okay, you don't have to print S dot remove 4. This is the operation. It is similar to like asking for the output of this, which is none anyway. Okay, so that is here. Similarly you can see here 5 and 4 both are missing. If you will remove 0, since 0 is not available here, it will raise a key error 0. Okay, so that is how remove works. Similarly you have discard. What is the difference between them? We will see. You can see here this operation also removes element x from the set. X here you will give, and if x element does not exist in the set, it does not raise a key error. That's the difference. Okay, and similar to remove, it will also returns none. Okay, so the only difference is it will not raise any error if the element is not available in the set. So here you can see some examples. 1 to 9 same set is there. If you use discard 5 and you print again, you can see that 5 is not available. Okay, so you have to print it because it returns none to look at the output. Similarly here also same thing, none will be returned. If you print S, you have now 4 is removed, right? 4 is removed. If you will discard 0, there won't be any error. You can see that's the difference between remove and discard. Here you can see set is 1 2 3 6 7 8 9. Okay, you just print the S, you will see similar S what you had here. Okay, there won't be any difference. So if the element is not available in the set, it will not do anything. Okay, discard. Similarly third you have pop. This operation removes and returns an arbitrary element from the set. Okay, it returns something, some arbitrary element from the set, it will return. Okay, so that's the difference between all three of them. These two returns none. This returns some arbitrary element from the set. If there are no elements to remove, it raises a key error. Okay, if it's an empty set, then it raises a key error. So you can see here, if you define a set with only one element 1, if you do pop, it will return 1. Okay, something it will return. Then if you will print S, you have nothing here. If you will print S dot pop again, because it is an empty set, it will raise a key error. Okay, that's what it is written here. Okay, and it returns an arbitrary element. So now one thing you might feel, let me do it, return something, right? Let me do like this. Okay, I'll define s. Instead of print, I'll only do s dot pop. What will be the output? So you can see no output here. Sorry, no output. So if you can see here, it does not return anything. It returns 1, but if you want to see it, you have to print it. Okay, print s pop. Okay, so just to make sure that it is not returning none, it is returning some arbitrary value, we are doing it, right? If I'll use discard, same thing with discard, it will not show, it will show none. Discard 1. Okay, so in pop you don't have to give the input, see none. Okay, that's the difference. So it returns none, discard and remove, whereas pop returns some arbitrary element. Okay, so that these are the three ways to remove something from a set. Okay, set dot discard, set dot remove, set dot pop type. Now what's the task? Our task is to remove our task is to have an empty non-empty set s, and you have to execute n commands given in n lines. Okay, so we have to continuously apply n commands. Command will be pop, remove and discard only. Okay, so the input format will be like this. First line will contain the integer n, the number of elements in the set, how many elements will be there in the set, and from the second line contains n separated elements of s, space separated, n space separated. All the elements are non-negative integers less than or equal to 9. Okay, then the third line contains the value of capital N, which will tell you how many total number of commands will be applied, and from the next line onwards we will be getting the commands. These are the constraints. Both have to be between 0 to 20, and we have to print the sum of set s on a single line. Okay, so this is the last step we will be doing. So let's see an example here. So this is the value of small n. So you can see 9 elements are there in the set, and capital N is 10. So total 10 commands are applied. Okay, and you can see at the end of all the commands, execution of all the commands, you have the sum of the elements in the set is 4. After completing 10 operations, we have only 4, so the sum is 4. Okay, convert the elements of s into integers while you are assigning them. To ensure the proper input of the set, we have added the first 2 lines of the code to the editor. So they have already given the code for the first 2 lines. We just have to add those commands which will be executing. So let's see that. So small n already we have, and set has already been made. You can see that map is applied here. Map will apply integer to every element of this thing. Okay, so it will basically convert. This will take the input, which is these guys, and it will convert each of them into integer. Okay, that's what this map dot int is doing. We have already seen the map, and finally it is converting them into set. You can see print s. If you'll run it, you'll see 1 2 3 4. So it is converted into set. So you just have to start applying the operations. So first we have to take number of commands. Okay, number of commands, integer type, input. Okay, so now we have our integer. What I'll be doing is I'll be using for loop for n times, so that n operation has to be performed. Okay, so for some random variable I in range 0 to n and apply these. So for these we have to take the input, right? So let me get operations, some variable operation I have done, and I'll take the input dot is split, because you can see somewhere you have two inputs, remove m9, because and pop does not require any input, right? So what it will do is this will split. If there will be anything pop is there, it will save pop only, but if you have remove 9, it will convert into list and store it. Okay, let me show you. This happens in Python 3 only, I think. Oops, just the input split we have to apply, that's all. So you can see pop is stored here, remove and 9 is there, discard 9. So now we can access them each and every one. So each iteration it is taking the input, converting them into list. Okay, that's what it is doing. Now I can access all the elements, right? I mean elements of these inputs. So let me do it. I'll use a for loop, not for loop, if condition. Okay, if now I'll be x, let me write a here. It is better to take some easier variable. So if a 0 is equal to pop, right? This is what it says, but it has to be in string form like this. If it is like this, what it will do, it will perform s.pop. Easy, right? Similar thing we will do with others as well. Let's see, copy this guy, let me write elif, right? Now this time what we will do, if a0 is equal to discard, what it will do is it will use discard, and here it will have a1, right? This is how it should be, but here you can see they are in string format, so we want them into int type. So what I'll do is I'll put a int here. Okay, so that is how you will give the input. So a0 is, what is a0 is this guy, a1 is this guy. Okay, that's how it is doing it. Now the same thing we can apply for remove as well. Remove also same thing. Let me take it whole thing, Control C, Control V. elif a0, instead of discard we will have here remove. Similarly here also remove, right? So this will be done. Now let's print our s we can print at the inside to look at the output every time how it is looking. So let's run it. So you can see in first it has pop has been applied. So what pop does is it will remove an element and returns an arbitrary element from the set, right? So you can see here over 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so one has been removed. Okay, so pop will remove from the front, that is what you can see. So the set was 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right, like this. So one has been removed after pop, then remove 9, so 9 has been removed here, then discard 9, 9 has been removed. 9 was already removed, so it has not erased any key error. You can see discard does not erase any key error. Then discard 8, so 8 has been discarded. Likewise it goes till 4. We wanted 4 only. Here you can see this set. At last it has 4 only. Now what we will do is we'll go out, and where should we do it? We'll perform sum. Okay, let me write a capital sum variable name is equal to sum s. So it will take all the elements of s and it will perform the summation. Okay, now we can print sum. That's all we have to do. Capital sum, right? So now our code is done, I think. So you can see here, congratulations, 4 is our output. Let's submit it. Constraints I am not writing. Yeah, it's done. Okay, so each of the input I am taking, and I have applied the operation, okay, for each input. Now you can apply the constraints if you want this. Okay, here just an if condition will work. If small n is between greater than or sorry less than 0, less than equal to 0, and n is greater than equal to 20, print that you can do. I think value of n is not capital N is out of range, and you just stop the program. Sys dot exit. Oops, not capital. Sys dot exit, and you have to run this. You need to import a library, import sys. That's all. Same thing you can do with capital N as well. Okay, you can write in same line, but I don't wanna do it. I don't wanna make it hosh-posh type. So it is clear only here. So I'll use hash constraints. Okay, and this is the real code, and that's how it will work. So it's nothing new. We have applied it. Each of the term was integer. We took some few operations, pop, discard, and remove, and we have applied n times. Some few number of times you have applied, right? So this is the application, how we gonna use these guys, and you know the difference as well between all three of them. Whenever you will be applying insets, you have to take care of this. Okay, so let's go to the let me submit it. So let's go to the next challenge now.